this guy. He's literally got his face buried in the mud, but he's still watching everything happening behind him. Did you see that? Most birds have to look up from their food to check for danger, but this little marsh specialist is a living security camera. This is the Wilson's Snipe, and if you've ever heard of the legendary snipe hunt prank, you might think this bird is just a myth, but the reality is far more mind-blowing. You are looking at a creature that has solved the problem of eyes in the back of your head in the most extreme way possible. This is the Wilson's Snipe, a master of the hidden world of wetlands. At first glance, he looks like a ball of streaky brown feathers on stilts. But did you notice the face? Those eyes are set so far back that they're almost at the rear of his skull. And that bill? It's not just a stick. It's a highly sensitive, specialised piece of hardware designed to feel for food underground. For over a century, the snipe hunt has been a classic American folklore prank, sending unsuspecting people into the woods with a burlap bag to catch a bird that doesn't exist. But while those campers are out there looking for a ghost, the real snipe is right here in the mud, possessing superpowers that would make any hunter jealous. He isn't just another shorebird. He is one of the most physically and sensorially talented specialists in the world. Here's the crazy part. Look at where those eyes are. Because they are placed so high and so far back, the Wilson Snipe has a visual field that covers 360 degrees around and 180 degrees overhead at the same time, all while standing perfectly still. Think about that for a second. While he is focused on a worm deep in the mud, he can literally see a predator coming from directly behind him and a hawk diving from directly above. Did you notice? He doesn't have a blind spot. Most birds have a small blind spot behind their heads, but the snipe's vision actually overlaps at the back. This is what scientists call a panoramic view, and it's his primary survival strategy. Because he lives in open marshes with very little cover, he can't afford to look away from the sky for even a second. While you and I have to turn our heads to see who's walking behind us, the snipe is already building a reputation map of everything in his entire world simultaneously. Now watch what happens next. See how he's pulsing his bill into the dirt. He isn't just stabbing randomly. Here is the no-way science. The tip of a snipe's bill is packed with vibration-sensitive receptors. It works a lot like the way a robin hears or feels worms moving under your lawn. But the snipe takes it a step further. He has a unique ability called Rhynchokinesis. This is outside of the sources. He can actually flex and open the very tip of his bill while the base remains tightly shut. This allows him to grab a worm deep underground and pull it out without having to move all that heavy mud out of the way. He is essentially using the tip of his face like a pair of surgical tweezers. Because he can see with his eyes and feel with his face at the same time, he is the ultimate marshland foraging machine. Did you hear that? That eerie, ghostly whistle isn't coming from his throat. Look at that. As he dives through the air, he spreads his tail feathers in a very specific way. Recent research has confirmed that this sound, called winnowing, is actually mechanical. The sound is produced by air vibrating against the outer tail feathers as the bird flies at high speeds. It's an instrumental song, He is literally playing his tail like a flute to tell every other snipe in the marsh that this territory is his. It's a marriage of physics and biology that creates one of the most haunting sounds in nature, often heard at dawn or dusk when the neighbourhood watch is at its most active.
No way. Fact 1. The invisible camouflage. No way, right? You were looking right at him. The Wilson snipe has some of the most effective camouflage in the bird world. Those vertical buff-coloured stripes on his back aren't just pretty patterns. They are designed to mimic the shadows and stems of dead marsh grass. When he freezes, his brain enters a state of high-level assessment where he calculates exactly how still he needs to be to remain invisible to a predator. He isn't just hiding, he's playing a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek, where the prize is staying alive for another day. No way. Fact 2. The sleep that never fully sleeps. Think he finally shuts those 360-degree eyes at night? No way! Like the cardinals and chickadees in your yard, the snipe utilises unihemispheric slow-wave sleep. One half of his brain stays awake and alert, while the other half rests. Because his eyes cover such a massive field, even with half a brain asleep, he is still monitoring a huge portion of the marsh for movement. He is never truly off duty.
So, the next time someone tries to talk you into a snipe hunt, you can tell them that you've already found the real deal, and he was watching you from behind his head the whole time. You're looking at a dinosaur that has integrated 360-degree vision, vibration-sensing hardware, and tail feather acoustics into one incredible package. The relationships we build with these birds, even the shy ones in the marsh, are built on just taking the time to really look and appreciate the superpowers they're using every single day. What birds are you seeing in the wet corners of your yard or local park right now? Have you ever heard that winnowing sound at dusk? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching Feather Files. I'll see you in the next one.